Hello and welcome back for another strategies, tactics and boosts video. And the Formula One season has started, and we are going for the second GP of Formula One in Jeddah. So this is our GP, our event for this week in F1 class. We're going to be traveling to Jeddah, and it's going to be a very tough event. In the pre-GP show yesterday, I told you some things. We have seen a lot of rain in this event, so we all know that rain brings problems, and we always drop points there. So a lot of rain in the qualifying, in the opening, in the final round. Very interesting event. I don't know how easy it's going to be to get 20 perfect races. Uh, so yeah, it's going to be very interesting, but we have time to discuss all about this. First, let's go and talk and see first of all the tracks of the qualifying round, because we will see the strategies for the qualifying races in this video. And okay, let's see them first of all. Of course, as always, when we have a real Formula One race, we are racing twice every round in the track of the GP. So this means Jeddah twice for the qualifying round, and of course another 4 times in the opening and final round. Now, qualifying. As you can see, we started with Jeddah with great possibility of high temperatures, but some chances of rain too. And then we go Silverstone and Melbourne again with chances of rain. Maybe weather changes during the race, who knows. And finally we race back to Jeddah again with most chances to have high temperatures, so we have to be careful with our compound selection. This is why I'm telling you uh, it's going to be a very interesting event. You see, the qualifying round, it can always be a disaster with so many things to be careful. High temperatures, 3 tracks with maybe changes, weather changes. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting, and we have to be very careful in all our tracks to see the weather changes when they come, to calculate maybe rain on lap 6, if you know what I mean. But yeah, we need to be careful, and maybe not maybe and adjust our strategies depending on these changes. So let's get started, and of course we will talk about Jeddah. And we know that in Jeddah, whether it's a dry race or a wet race, the strategy doesn't change. It's 2 pit stops, and it's soft, hard. And even if we have high temperatures, this strategy can be executed with soft, hard. Okay, we will push a little bit in the beginning of the first round, or if we have a bot that is pushing just behind us, then we keep our power unit and push the red button when we feel the pressure from the bot, just to keep him on, to keep the bot on our back. But it's almost a little bit more than half a lap that we're going to push in the first stint. then we're going to reserve. We're going to conserve and recharge our power unit. The same we will do in the second stint with softs. We will just cruise along on yellow, on normal speed, maybe sometimes in the big straight in front of the pit lane. Of course, there we will conserve and recharge even faster our power unit, and then with hearts we will have a power unit to go for it. Now, excuse me. Now, this is if we do this 2-2-3, it can be done soft, soft, hard, even with high temperatures. But if we have high temperatures, then our second driver will go hard, soft, soft, usually. But when we have high temperatures, this must go like this: hard, soft, medium. Because in our last stint, we want to be able to push, we want to be able to be aggressive, defend if we are P1, P2, if we are ahead, or attack if we are if we want to overtake and gain positions. So if it's over 30, 32, then hard, soft, medium, probably the best choice, unless we have a driver with 95, 96, 98, 99 tire management. Then maybe we can take a risk and go hard, soft, soft, although it will be again marginal. So I would probably prefer hard, soft, medium. Now, if it rains, nothing changes. We can't go with one set of tires more than 3 laps. So this means that we will do 2 pit stops again. The bots will do 2 pit stops. So it's 2-2-3 for both. The bots will pit lap 3. We want, and probably they are going to do 3-3-1 like in Miami. So we want to avoid pitting with them. 2-2-3, great choice for this wherever we are. Always the undercut, but if we are at the top, of course our first pit stop can be done at lap 3. Okay, next one, Silverstone. So if we are a very good strategy in Silverstone is the one pit strategy, and especially if you are at the back or in the middle of the grid. And of course, if you have big pit times, we always want to do less pit stops because we lose a lot of time. But if we have normal pit times and we are at the top, we have other choices too. But one pit stop, 4-3 and 3-4 is great choices here. But if we are in the middle or at the top of the grid, then the fastest choice is 2 pit stops, soft, soft, medium, 2-2-3, and medium, soft, soft, 3-2-2. There is no chance to go 3 laps with softs. So this is it. That's the choice of the compounds. We can't go faster. We can't go 3 laps with softs. Now, if it rains, wherever we are, the best strategy is one pit stop. Okay, so let's make this clear. The best and the fastest strategies are one pit stop. The bots will pit in lap 4. So we want to pit in lap 3 and avoid the traffic. So wherever we are, 3-4 is the best choice here for both our drivers. We could choose this, but this is the slowest choice we can make, and in order to not have a disaster by this, because it's an extra pit stop, we need to go with Merlion probably, or Tune In, or Wood, if we want to make our pits faster. If we have very quick pit times, then the the most important thing is our power unit usage. It's very difficult to execute this strategy, so I would say most of you avoid it. It would be my last resort if everything goes wrong, but yeah, uh, if I try to go 3-4 both my drivers, and my drivers are P12 and P13 and they are this close, huh? So I can't avoid stacking. Okay, then I would go for it. I would go for 2-3-2, because if I have my drivers uh, stacked in the pit lane, it means that the second driver is doing 2 pit stops. So it's better to do 2 pit stops and try to be aggressive. So if you go for this, it's 2 laps charging your power unit, pit, you will pit alone, and probably everybody is going to overtake you. Push until you get at the back of of the of the whole pack. Don't try to overtake anyone. With wets, it's very difficult. You don't want to use your power unit um, without any good result. So you pit in lap 2. First 2 laps, we charge our power unit. We push until we get at the end of the pack, and then again we stay patient until we recharge our power unit. In lap 4, everybody is going to get into the pits. This is when we push. We spend 100% all our power unit. This is the time to push. We push. We try to overtake almost everyone that is pitting at the time, and in lap 5 we get in for a quick pit stop with no service. So we service in our first pit and no service in our second pit, so we make it a fast pit stop. We get out and we hope that it has worked, but it's very difficult for this to work. Basically, we want this 3-4 for both our drivers. If we cannot avoid stacking, then we go to plan B. And of course, if we have a driver at the top of the grid, 4-3, we will pit with the rest of the bots. We don't care. We are first, second, third, so we will avoid traffic anyway. So, and finally, we have Australia. In Australia, when we are at the back or in the middle of the grid, 1 pit stop is the better choice. 5-3 hard soft. I like this because we go with softs in our last stint. This means we can be aggressive in the end of the race, which I mostly like. The same goes with this 4-4 medium hard. With mediums, it's marginal to do 4 laps, but we will charge our power unit, and in the second stint we can push with hards and be aggressive, although overtaking with hards is a little bit difficult. So maybe you would like to use a boost that will boost your overtaking. Of course, you can always go for medium, but it's a little bit passive. We will be fast because of mediums, but it's going to be passive because we cannot push. Second stint, no, in either stint, we can't push. But if you are in the middle or at the top of the grid, and I would say try it if you are at the back of the grid, just for the sake of it, just go and see how it goes. But if you have low lap times, because with 5, 6, 7 seconds of pit stop, there is no use to go to pit stops, but there is no meaning. But if you are in the middle or at the top of the grid, 100% go only with softs. It's the fastest strategy in for Australia. 3-3-2 for both your drivers. If you can, it would be the best. Of course, if you can't, then you have to go 2-3-3 for one of your drivers. Now, if it rains, half of the bots are pitting in lap 4, and usually the bottom 12 are pitting in lap 4. This is where we are going to pit. So 4-4 for our drivers, and of course, if we are at the top, we then go and pit at lap 5 with the top 12 of the grid. Oh, yeah. 3 tracks again. Our fourth track is again Jeddah, a dry race with high temperature. So don't forget, when you go in Jeddah, hard, soft. So 3-2-2. Then probably you have to go hard, soft, medium if the temperature is very high. But you know your drivers, you know your driving style, so you can adjust your selection depending on your style and your drivers. Okay, let's go and see again our tracks. Jeddah, Silverstone and Melbourne with some chances of rain, 9, 25 and 10%. Not much, but these small percentages usually mean constant changes in the of weather during the race. And finally, fourth race, a 100% sure dry race in Jeddah, probably with very high temperatures. So yeah, have that in mind. Okay, so that's it for the qualifying round. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash the like button, go into the description of this video, find my Discord server link and click on it, because you will enter my Discord server and then we can talk about whatever you want, and you will find strategies, hints and tips for the game and for all the tracks available all the time for you. So join the President's Gang Discord server and we'll talk there. Thank you for watching the video. Best of luck to your qualifying round. See you in my live stream, which is tomorrow, and the qualifying round of Saudi Arabian GP. And yeah, bye everybody. See you next time.